All right, here we go, ready to rock. We've saved the best till last, the final race of the weekend, and it's a 16-lap Superbike thriller. Here we go, the lights are out and we're racing. Alistair Hugenboozem gets a great start off the front row. He's going to pull up alongside Mighty Mitchell Rees. But Zach Fuller in third place as well, so great to have his bike back in there. Had a bit of an off in race number 2 earlier today, so fantastic to have him back out there. Our thoughts are with Scotty Moyer, who's a dislocated shoulder, the update we've got from Diamond Design Promoter Yamaha. So hopefully all things for a speedy recovery there. Scotty Moyer, the likeable man from Taupo. But look at this one here, we were treated to 15 laps of absolute brilliance from these two at the front. And this one here, an extra lap on the card. 16-lap feature race here, the final race of the weekend, and a 46-point lead now in the championship. Mitchell Rees over Alistair Hugenboozem. If Al can grab another 5 points on him here and get that down to around 41 points heading into the North Island, it will be absolutely all on for this championship. So Alistair Hugenboozem starting to come alive in this championship. Finally got the win over Mitch here earlier on today, and this one here shaping up nicely. So let's go racing with our front two competitors side by side as they head over the stripe. It's 1/100th of a second, so 12 thousandths of a second when they cross the line. And flying around the loop now. Alistair Hugenboozem narrowly leads ahead of Mitchell Rees. Zach Fuller's right there as well. It's only 0.3 of a second back off that front two. Dave Sharp on the KMD Racing Kawasaki, he's 0.7 of a second back as well, so don't rule him out at this early stage. He'll love another trip to the podium. He's sitting third in the championship. And then look to a good little battle, James Hugenboozem and Aaron Scott. They've had some good little battles so far this weekend, and right now they're only about a tenth of a second apart from each other, with Kevin Beaumont, Craig Coolham and Graham Jarrett your 9 remaining runners on this big one here. 16 laps, and look at them down the back straight, round the brickyard and on to turn number 7. And Mitchell Rees has a little look up the inside into turn 7. Alistair Hugenboozem's going to not argue with him too much there, and we've got a change to the lead. Mitchell Rees on the Team Rees Honda has pulled the trigger, and he's going to try and get away with this one here. Already into the low 59s for both of our top two. Zach Fuller, he's now out to 0.9 of a second off that race lead. So looking to dig deep here as we go with them round the loop. Absolutely nothing in it. Alistair Hugenboozem around the outside, Mitchell Rees around the inside. Oh, we're going to be in for a treat here. Unbelievable racing here in race 2. Al looks up the inside, not quite close enough to have a dive there, and we're only early into this one here, so we've got 14 laps to go. And a harsh, brutal heat of the Teretonga day here. You have to look after your tyres and make sure you've got enough in the tank to last the full 16 laps. Zach Fuller and Dave Sharp are coming along for the ride too. They're not too far away from Mitch and Al, so this is going to be a ding-dong battle, you'd imagine here. 80 of Zach Fuller on that M1 BMW. Hopefully that bike's A-OK. He was really on some good pace in race number 2 earlier today, and unfortunately had the off, so everything A-OK for Zach Fuller at the moment. He's in third place ahead of Dave Sharp. We'll go then to James Hugenboozem and Aaron Scott, 5th and 6th, Ken Beaumont and Craig Coolham, and then you go to Graham Jarrett in 9th. So looking out for it as they cross the line. It was a actual fastest lap of the race was Zach Fuller, so he's a 59.4, whereas Mitch was a 59.5 and Al was a 59.6, so it's sort of bunched up that top 3. And look out for Zach Fuller, the fastest man on the track on the M1 BMW. This is brilliant as Al goes up the inside into turn 2. That is an amazing move. And Alistair Hugenboozem, he come alive in this championship. Final lap move on Mitchell Rees in race number 2, and now Al trying to make a bit of a statement in Superbike racing. At 46-point deficit in the championship, if he can try to get another race win here, he'll go a long way to keeping this title fight alive as we head to the North Island. And meanwhile, while these two battle, it's going to play right in the hands of the likes of Zach Fuller and Dave Sharp, who are not too far away as they're out of turn 7 down the front straight. This is going to be brilliant. We've got a massive 12 laps still to go, so don't go anywhere, folks. 2 of the best going at it in 1 and 2. We've got Zach Fuller and Dave Sharp. It's only 2 seconds separating our whole top 4 as Mitchell Rees goes a 59.3. So that's the fastest lap of this race so far. And all 4 of our top 4 competitors all into the 59. So lightning quick pace out the front. But James Hugenboozem now has a 3.4 second lead back to Aaron Scott. So he's doing a wonderful job there in the Mega Motorcycle Centre. Trevor Pearce, Yamaha, Metzger Builders, R1. And they're doing the South Island stints. He's halfway through building his new house with his partner Allison. So all the best for James Hugenboozem. This will be the final time we see him in the championship. And Aaron Scott, he's been doing a good job. Did a good job at Ruapuna as well. He Cantab on the gas here. It was his Aprilia RSV4 1000. But look out in the front. Still Alistair Hugenbosom on the Altham Window Systems Blue Crew Yamaha, and Mitchell Rees gets good drive out of turn number 7. This is going to be a good little run to turn number 1. The long straight here at Teretonga always brings some great racing for us. And have a look, Alistair Hugenbosom ahead of Mitchell Rees by just 0.64 of a second. And it was Mitchell with 59.37, so he has now set the fastest lap of the race again with a purple lap time. And absolutely alive and well for our front two. Well done to these guys. What a treat they gave us in the 15-lap race here before the lunch break. And Mitch having a little look up the inside, not quite close enough to dive on Al into turn 2. Al's really got that Blue Crew Yamaha hooked up nicely through the infield. And Mitchell, has he got the answer, stalking him through the S's in the run to the hairpin. I don't quite think he's close enough to remove. No, he isn't. So Al will hang on to it. But for how long for? This is relentless pressure Mitchell Rees is putting on it. We've got the 2020 New Zealand Superbike champion versus the current and defending New Zealand Superbike champion. Two of them going at it. We've got that one there with Zach Fuller just hanging on. He's 1.7 seconds adrift of the lead. But still hanging on to third place, and Dave Sharp right there as well. So let's have a look at this one here. We've got Al and Mitch still in the 59s. 59.5 for all of those, and match for lap times with Zach Fuller. So he's now got a 1.1 second gap between him and Dave Sharp. So advantage Zach Fuller as far as that podium fight's concerned, but certainly don't rule him out of this overall glory as well, as we've still got a massive 10 laps to go. 6 laps has already gone, and Mitchell Rees has a look up the inside of Alistair Hugenbosom. Not quite close enough. He has to really pull up on the apex of turn number 2, and that has played into the hands of Alistair Hugenbosom. These guys are absolutely going for it, so this is brilliant. Alistair Hugenbosom and Mitchell Rees. Oh man, we're into this one here. This is the final race of the day, final race of the weekend. And look out for it, because there's nothing between them at the front. Zach Fuller, he's got the best seat in the house to watch an absolute battle on their hands. So there go Mitchell Rees up the inside into turn 7. Have a look at that. Wow. Mitchell Rees has just come from way back, dived up the inside into turn 7, and now he takes over the race lead. So this is relentless from Mitchell Rees, a 59.3. He clocks that one there, and now inherits the race lead. So with that big moment in turn 2, where he had to dive and stand up in the middle of the corner, and still to be in the 59 and flying. And this pivotal part of the race, with 9 laps to go, coming up to the midway stage, and a quite important part of the race. So we've got a massive big welcome to everyone tuning in on Ctas and all over the world. What a treat you're in store for here. We're not even halfway through the final race of the day. Shout out to the Love Machine. Got a message from Jared Love, former legend here at Teretonga. And good to have him tuning in, and everyone else listening in on Ctas. What a wonderful weekend we've had so far. Round 4 of the Aon Pirelli New Zealand Superbike Championships has been just a joy to be a part of. And when you've got racing like this at the front, Mitchell Rees and Alistair Hugenbosom, this is where we're going to see a pivotal part of the championship. Is Mitchell Rees going to turn around and run away with this one here? He's gone into the 58 for the first time, a 58.981. Can Alistair Hugenbosom respond? He's gone a green lap time. That's his fastest lap of the race, but it's still in the 59. So Mitchell Rees trying to break clear and get away with this one here, as we've got 8 laps to go. Halfway through the final race of the weekend. Zach Fuller, he's still on those high 59s, so he's now 3.1 seconds adrift, but hanging on to that third place. He's got a 1.2 gap back to Dave Sharp in 4th place. James Hugenbosom is there. He's a further 6 seconds back in 5th place, but a comfy margin between him and Aaron Scott in 6th. Kevin Beaumont there in 7th. There goes Craig Coolham on number 65. He was part of the entire series. So good to have him handy to the points overall. And then Graham Jarrett on the 67, Team Roadkill Racing. Getting quicker and quicker every session, and he's there as part of Team Rees Racing in 9th place. So 9 Superbikes left. Our thoughts and speedy recovery wishes to Scotty Moyer, who had a crash here in race number 2 earlier on, as we're going to check out here. Let's have a look at some lap times as they cross the stripe. It's a 58.2 for Mitchell Rees, so the fastest lap of the race again, and continues to put the hammer down with 7 laps to go. We've got Alistair Hugenbosom, he's now in the 58s as well, so coming along for the ride. Less than a second between first and second, and it's going to be a cliffhanger, you'd imagine here. 7 laps to go, and these are going to be 2 of the best going at it. We've got a decent buffer now, 4.1 seconds back to Zach Fuller on the M1 BMW, but with a couple of trips to the podium already this season. An amazing rookie campaign he's having on the Superbike. We're going to look out for Zach and follow him in his exploits back to the British Superbikes Championship, where he's on his Super Stock 600 ride again. And loving him flying the flag for Team Kiwi alongside Damo Rees and Shane Richardson in the British Superbike Championships. The BSB, we're going to look out for that one again this calendar year. Well done to Zach Fuller. As Mitchell Rees goes 58.5, not quickest of the race, but certainly he's now distancing himself from the rest of the competition. A 46-point lead in the championship. It was Al who got his first win of the campaign here this morning. And it was a big statement to make, but Mitchell Rees has gone back to the drawing board and grabbed another little bit extra. This man here has been on fire, 3 from 3 at Manfield. He had a bit of a mechanical malfunction at race 1 at Ruakuna, managed to salvage some points and get back on the Sunday to win twice there, including the New Zealand Grand Prix. He won the New Zealand Grand Prix at Easter of 2022, so back-to-back New Zealand Grand Prix victories for Mitchell Rees. And now he is on fire here at Teretonga. Absolutely going for it as they go through the Brickyard, breaking hard for turn number 7. When they cross the line, it's only going to be 5 laps to go, so we're now down to the business end. We've had 11. 5 to go. Let's have a look at some lap times and some split times here. Team Rees Honda's Mitchell Rees, another 58.5, absolutely flying. Al is a 58.8, so 3/10 slower that time around, and it's now out to 1.6 seconds. So that's going to need something special from Alistair Hugenboom if he wants to hang with the Superbike champion. Zach Fuller there, he continues those consistent 59s, but he's losing touch with that front two at 5.8 seconds off the race lead. Then you go back to Dave Sharp, settled into a nice race pace in 4th, and this will be going a long way to helping him make a 3rd overall in the weekend and locking away that 3rd in the points heading to the North Island, which is going to be pretty exciting for him. Dave Sharp, a really commendable effort on that KMD Racing Kawasaki with Pirelli and Race Supplies in behind the likeable young man. Number 19, Dave Sharp, loving that. James Hugenboom on his swan song ride for the summer. He's just going to join us for these 2 South Island rounds, and he did a wonderful job, including 4th in the New Zealand Grand Prix. And now top 5 results here on the cards for that man on the Mega Motorcycle Centre. Trevor Pearce, Yamaha, Fitzgerald's machine. He is in 5th. Aaron Scott's in 6th place, ahead of Kevin Beaumont, so good to have them. They're in 6th and 7th. Craig Coolm's there in 8th. And Graham Jarrett running around in 9th. Let's have a look at it, because it was evenly matched lap times, but still 1.6 seconds. So Mitchell Rees, with 4 laps to go, has just turned it on enough right in the middle stage of this race. Al got himself in the lead early. Mitchell responded midway through, and now he's just comfortably controlling this race pace. It's been a really, really good display. And Team Rees Honda is absolutely loving every minute of it. So Mitch Rees, Alistair Hugenboom, and Zach Fuller still yet unchanged. Top 3. As we're coming down to the crunch, we've got 3 and a bit laps to go at round 4 of the Aon Pirelli New Zealand Superbike Championships. It's been an absolute treat. We haven't been here for 6 years to Teretonga Park Raceway, and as soon as we got back, it's been a beautiful, sunny, beautiful weekend, and Mitchell Rees continues to tick off these laps in style. Another 58.3, so he's got the hammer down, and he's a little bit quicker than Al on that one there, so out to 2.4 seconds, and you'd have to think now Alistair Hugenboom will be going to the North Island. 51 points if it finishes like this, so that's quite a telling margin. 2 races in hand for the Superbike champion, and well on his way to defending that crown. He's going to his beloved Hampton Downs racetrack and Taupo International Motorsport Park. After this race here, there's only 2 rounds of the series left. 6 more chances to score points after this one, so Al's going to want to dig deep. He's going to want to try and find that 2.4 seconds he is behind Mitchell Rees. And Zach Fuller's there in 3rd place with a couple of trips to the podium over the last couple of weeks. He'll be absolutely loving his rookie campaign in Superbike racing and learning more and more every time he goes out on that track. So a shout out to Zach Fuller and the whole M1 Motorsport team and all the crew down there, RWR Fleet Maintenance and BMW M1. Absolutely loving Zach Fuller's rookie campaign, and a wonderful job at the moment. So he's in 3rd place comfortably, but with 2 laps to go. It's advantage Mitchell Rees as Alistair Hugenboom just settling into a little bit of a race pace there. He's now dropped into the 1 minute flat, so with Mitchell still in those still in the mid 58s, it's certainly him to lead from here. 3.8 seconds the deficit. He got beaten by Al in a last lap thriller here this morning. He's come back and responded. It's 3.8 seconds. The white flag's ready to go. He is just down the back straight out of the hairpin on the run into the final corner, with the white flag ready to go. 1 and a bit laps to go for the defending New Zealand Superbike champion, Team Rees Honda, and it's been a pretty good weekend in the office. last weekend. He had the mechanical fault on Saturday. Circulated and got some championship points. He turned up on Sunday and won 2 from 2. He then turned up, he's won 2 from 2. He won Saturday's race, and then Al responded with a race win here this morning. Now look out for Mitchell Rees. He's on the final lap, white flag out. It's 4.6 seconds, so he's just extended it out a little bit further. As an absolute clinic for the defending champion, Mitchell Rees, on his final lap here on the weekend. We've got it all on hand. Now we've got Zach Fuller there, 8.4 seconds off the podium fight with Al Hugenbosen, but if he can finish there, it'll be another trip to the rostrum for the young man from Taubury. Zach Fuller racing, go Zach on the M1 BMW, but right now, take nothing away from the man in front. Team Rees Honda has come here to play, and we will leave here. If Mitchell can hang on to this in the final corner, down the front straight, he'll extend his lead back to 51 points where it was this morning. Well done to Mitchell Rees and Team Rees Honda. The checkered flag waves, and it's going to be another race win, and loving it every minute. Mitchell Rees, that's the checkered flag and a win for him. Alistair Hugenbosen, who got the lead early in this race, is going to have to come home and settle for second place, but still knows he's in that fight. 51 points behind Mitch for the overall. Here comes Zach Fuller. He will round out the podium with a great third place for M1 BMW. After his crash here this morning, that'll be great damage limitation for his championship. And then go to Dave Sharp with the fourth place there. He'll be third overall for the weekend and hang on to third in the points heading to the final 2 rounds. There goes James Hugenbosen in fifth place, so well done to James. Just his 2 performances in the championship. Ruapuna last week and this one here. So to come home in another good fifth place. He'll be loving that. So well done. And there we go, Kevin Beaumont comes home narrowly ahead of Aaron Scott. That's going to round out 6th and 7th place. Craig Coolham and Graham Jarrett 8th and 9th. So wow, a 16 lapper to remember there for sure. Mitchell Rees, with that dominant display, will extend his points advantage back to 51 points where it was this morning. A race win each for Mitch and Al today, but take nothing away from Mitchell Rees when the chips are on. He is on fire. Well done, Mitchell Rees. He's going to get the win over Alistair Hugenbosen. Zach Fuller's going to round off the podium and another great display from the rookie sensation on the M1 BMW. But we're going to cross down to Neil, who will have our final podium of the weekend here at round 4. It's our Superbike feature 16-lap race. Mitchell Rees gets the win over Al and Zach. Let's cross down to Neil.
Thank you, Brad, and certainly thanks to Spider for your information. Always love Spider on the crew. Has so much to offer, some great history as well. So fabulous that we can see his excellence of his contribution in the sport, and be great to have the 2 of them back for the Burt as well, which I think is going to be absolutely amazing. So bring it on. Great news around the Burt is the already the record interest and record registrations for competitors for the Burt as well. So it's going to be a fabo time. 4 weeks away and we're counting. We are certainly counting, which is great to see. So here you go. Well, look at here the M1 Motorsport Mount Motorcycles, Bay of Plenty Collision Repairs, Showy Signbiz, along with Man Like Horsepower. I like that one. The fabulous BMW as well, of course. There's a lot of people that have followed these bikes around the world just because they've been a BMW fan, and once they made a Superbike, it was, wow, well, what an opportunity we've got to follow these brilliant machines. The machine examination sticker shining out here as we have a chance, and Zach will get the drink in him with these RST. So we'll make sure we get an opportunity. So here we go. Well, certainly the bike was looking a little second-hand after the last one. Zach, a bit of an excursion when you almost had that third place this morning, but you've stuck with it and finished with a great day.
Yeah. Last race, the second race was a bit of a shame. I felt I was catching these boys and it was feeling real good, and unfortunately just hit a little bump at the last turn, and the boys had a little bit of work to do to it, but yeah, they got it all mint again, and we're on the box, so can't complain with that, can we, Neil?
Hey, mate, let's just put it in perspective, mate. It's only 4 years ago and you were doing Jixers. You were new in the sport. You'd come from an off-road background, and you were right out of left field, and you just pegged away at that class. People like Blake Ross, was amongst you as well. He's here now to support you in his class. You've come a long way. How are you feeling about your journey in road racing?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's flown by pretty quick, and it's pretty cool to, I've watched these boys for years, and now I'm mixing it up with them, and yeah, it's it's a pretty cool feeling, that's for sure. Yeah.
All right, anything sowing in the way of seed ready for 2023? An idea of what Zach Fuller's doing?
Yeah, so I'm back off to British Superbike, riding in the junior super stock class again. So I'm over there in sort of March time. So yeah, just getting all the final details sorted now. So yeah,
Hey, I'd say it's some unfinished business, isn't it? You got so close.
yeah, I had an up and down year in the British stuff. It had its ups and it had its downs, and but now I know I can do it. So I want to try and prove what I can do over in the British scene. Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Hey, but what a good fella to come back to New Zealand. You get to have your bike like this. How good to be on a BMW.
Yeah, it's wicked. Shame Jaden couldn't ride it, but I got the call. I rang Moggy after talking to Jaden, and they were happy enough to have me on the bike. So yeah, I hope I'm doing a pretty good job. So yeah, I can't thank Moggy and Andrew enough for what they've done for me in the last month or so. Yeah.
Well done. Hey, back, but some work to do on the farm. 7 weeks. Hopefully you can wait till after the Taupo Round before you have to head back in March. So a 7-week gap, and hopefully we see you at Hampton Downs.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Would love to be at Hampton Downs and Taupo for the last 2 rounds. Yeah.
Well done, Zach Fuller. Congratulations, matey. Good result. Where's the fan club? Come on. Here. Thank you. What a cool guy, and a great story to tell as well. As we line up here, well, remember he smiled last time. You've got to work a smile out of Al. You know, it's hard work. It's damn. That's better. That's better, mate. You knew you were improving, and you proved it again that time. You can be a match for this guy.
Yeah, first half of the race was fantastic, but Mitch just pulled a gap. He's extremely good at that out of that last corner, and once he sort of got that half a second, then it was just game on, and we sort of didn't really have anything for him. So kudos to Mitch and the Reezers. The bike's amazing, and it's just been on ball. We seem to sort of make a positive change, and then he always seems to be one step ahead of us. So I'm pretty happy with this weekend. We got that win, so we got that monkey off our back. Sort of a couple of weeks now before we start head back up north. So look at the bike and look at some data and see what we can get out of it for the North Island. But stoked for the team, and again, massive thanks to Yamaha and Eltham Windows for putting a wicked package to me, and Smokey and the team, and Red and Hank and Nigel always working on the bike, and hi to Josh and Amy at home. We'll get some more wins in the North Island.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Once upon a time, we'd say, well, we're going to foreign territory, but you're doing a bit more racing up there now, so it's not as if they're foreign tracks. You can match Mitch at Hampton Downs, surely.
Yeah, I seem to get probably better results in the North Island. I don't think that home track advantage means anything anymore. Maybe if you call Mac, but yeah, it's I'm up there now. So there's a couple of test days coming up, and Scotty's up there, Mitch is up there, Sharpie's up there. So and Zach's up there if he's going to continue with the North Island. So the test days are going to be on as well. So we're looking forward to those.
Come on, folks, what a great runner-up. Well done, Al Hoogie and the Yamaha hero. Well, this man got a fright, should we say it, last time, and there was only one way to do it, mate. You had to knuckle down and you did it. That's a better smile.
Yeah, it's always better when you win, Neil, but hey, it's so much fun racing with Al, you know, so much respect between both of us, and you know, obviously we put on a good show at the start there and a few passes and things like that, so that was pretty cool, and hopefully everyone at home enjoyed it and everyone here enjoyed it.
Hey, it is so wicked, man. For my role down here at trackside, to be perfectly honest, it's darn scary. I just haven't got a clue how you guys can do it at that speed, and it's the utmost of respect that we and everybody has for our New Zealand Superbike campaign. What the ups and downs of these 4 rounds? We had the Taupo track dramas. We've gone to a wet Manfield. We've had moisture to start with at Ruapuna. We've come to Teretonga, and it's almost been a fright for everybody because it's been super hot and super hot and super hot.
Yeah, well, Jeremy tells us that all the time, and starting to believe him. So. No, it's been fantastic down here, and the southern hospitality as usual was fantastic. Good to have Ben and Arthur out here. You know, got the main Holmes boys on the job, looking after me today, shooting me with Nerf guns. So it's been fun staying with them. And
you're back for the Burt?
No, not back for the Burt, but we'll send the boss down. T-Rees will be here. Yep.
Okay.
No, we got to send the big guy down. He's he's going to come down and smoke the fools, so that'll be good. Hope he does now.
Right, so 7 weeks till Hampton Downs. What do you got to do between now and then to stay out in front?
Just keep enjoying riding. The bike's obviously in a good place, and you know, obviously me and Al are so equal. So I can't really tell you what I'm going to do better or worse. You know, you just come out and do do as best you can every time, and hopefully come out with the win.
Hey, and having Teretonga back this year, what a contrast of circuits, because there's the highs and lows. I'm not saying any one is any better or worse than the other, but they're all just so different.
Oh, for sure, it's good to mix it up. Like obviously we we got quite a few tracks here, and it's great to come to all of them, and just I guess separates everyone and just adds more into the mix, rather than doing the same thing in and out. So it's fantastic to be back here for the Nationals, and yeah, hopefully we can do this again next year.
All right, back to spinning spanners this week.
Yeah, try and sell some motorbikes and make some money. So no, that'll be good. Just want to shout out to SJ and all the all the guys that have been injured, like Ashton and Dylan, and there's a few guys that have Dale have had a tough time in the South Island. So shout out to those guys, and hope you all get better. And we just wish you were here, and yeah, hopefully see you in the North Island.
Beautiful words to finish it up on. Thank you, Tony. Couldn't have said it better myself. Congratulations. What an awesome weekend, folks. What an honour to be back here. And please, I throw out a challenge to everybody here today to say thank you to a Southland official before you leave the place today. Whether it be Andy or the crew or any of the flag marshals, please say thank you, because this is beautiful. It's paradise, and we absolutely love it down here. What an honour to be back. 6 years we've waited. It seems like it's been forever. And we're back for NZSBK here with Aon Insurance and Prowley, and a